Hey guys, welcome back. In this particular video, we are going to talk about viruses. Yes, you must be, very familiar with this term virus, and sometimes your doctor might have told you that, you're suffering from a viral fever. So viruses actually causes, many different types of diseases in human beings and even in other animals and plants also. For example, influenza or common cold, flu, the eye flu which we get, right? And then measles, rabies. So all these are actually, the diseases which are caused by viruses in human beings. There are many other examples also. So first you should understand these viruses, what type of structure they have and whether they are living or non-living. Okay, so if you look here in the picture, you can see the structure of very simple structure of virus. Viruses are actually nothing but they are just a genetic material like DNA or RNA enclosed within a protein coat. Fine. So viruses virus have a genetic material. A few virus has DNA and few virus has RNA. So this genetic material is always covered by, okay, this genetic material is always enclosed by a protein coat, as you can see here in this picture. So this is a genetic material, okay. This genetic material can be DNA or RNA, fine, and this genetic material is covered by a protein layer, okay, a protein layer. Now this entire protein layer is actually known as capsid. Okay, what this protein layer is known as capsid. There is a scientific name for this protein layer which is known as capsid. Okay, so capsid is a protein, a layer or covering which encloses DNA or RNA in virus. Fine. The function of capsid is it provides protection to the inner genetic material. Apart from this, when this virus infects any living organism, so this capsid helps in intruding the cell, intruding in the sense in entering inside the cell. Fine. Viruses actually they are considered non-living as of now. Still, this debate is going on between different scientists whether it is living or non-living. As of now, viruses are considered non-living because these viruses, when they are present outside in the environment, for example, if they are present in water or they are present in air, they're present in soil, anywhere on earth they are present. So they themselves cannot perform any activity. Okay, they cannot grow, they cannot replicate, okay, they cannot reproduce. Fine, they do not eat anything. Fine, fine, and they do not excrete anything. There's no sensitivity, nothing. No sign of life you can see in virus when they are present as such, as ones, all alone in the environment. But yes, the moment viruses, they enter inside the body of host, okay, the moment viruses enter inside the body of host or any living organism, they start using the host cell. Okay, they start using the host cell. They use the entire machinery, or you can see the entire cellular system of the host cell and start replicating. Fine. But while doing so, okay, when viruses are doing so, the host cell completely gets damaged, the host cell dies. Fine. And these viruses, they multiply inside the host cell will burst open. Now these viruses will come out of the cell and they will go and infect other host cells in the body, right? So that's why these viruses are considered non-living, because when they are present all alone as such, alone they cannot perform any activity, they cannot replicate, right? They can only replicate or they can only reproduce when they are present inside the body of a host, like any animal or any plant or any human being. Okay. If we'll talk about the cell as you've studied in your lower classes, if we'll talk about the cell of a human being, the cell is having cell membrane. Fine. Cell is having its own nucleus. Cell is having all membrane bound cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus. Cell is having ribosomes. These ribosomes actually helps in formation of protein, different types of proteins. Lysosomes are there. Okay, like this, many different cell organelles are present inside the cell. But when you will think about the structure of virus, virus is only having genetic material. surrounded by, completely covered by a layer of protein, and this protein is known as capsid. Okay. So if you'll compare these two structures, that is, a virus and a human cell is having all the specific, machinery required for formation of protein, required for, replication, required for cell growth, required for cell development and cell reproduction. Everything is present inside. Okay. So all, life processes like digestion, respiration, everything can take place inside human cells. But inside virus, all these cell organelles, all these machineries are absent. That's the reason, viruses alone cannot perform any activity. Okay. They always require host cell or host cells machinery to replicate or to reproduce. So just remember that, viruses are not placed under any kingdom, because as of now they are considered non-living. Fine. Then viruses are always having a genetic material. Sometimes this genetic material is RNA or sometimes it is DNA. Okay. And this genetic material is always enclosed within a protein coat, and that protein coat is known as capsid. And the last point, viruses always uses cells machinery to make multiple copies of themselves. Okay. All alone viruses cannot perform any activity. They always uses, host cell to multiply or to replicate. Fine. And right now you guys are already aware, a very big, this pandemic is going on. So during this time, we all have, come across with coronavirus. So coronavirus is again, virus with genetic material inside it, DNA, enclosed within the protein cap, protein layer, which is known as capsid. Fine. So take care. In next video, we will learn about dichotomous key.